Hi, living in Boulder vlog. Turn comments back on for kids videos. Hey, YouTube coppa motherfuckers. I'm gonna take you out with the Freedom Van. I ordered paint, but somehow it never came. You infiltrated my paint. I'm gonna get more paint. Paint up the Freedom Van and crush you. Anyways, what day is it? It's the 11th of November 2020, 11/11/20, and it's like 12:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, but I'm not sure about that. I got up at like 11:30. Maybe it's 12 then. I got up at 10:30 or 11:30. 11, got up kind of late. I guess I'm slowly nocturnalizing, but it's interesting how I'm kind of holding steady with sleep schedule. You know, I've been getting up around this time, sort of, kind of creeping maybe a little bit later every day, like an hour later every day. Yeah, I was working until last night. I honestly don't remember what time it was. 2 in the morning or something, you know? I mean, you usually get 8 hours of sleep, so whatever 8 hours was before when I got up. I was working, and then I just said, oh, wow. I'm talking with my eyes closed because it's easier for me to concentrate. I'll talk with my eyes open. We'll see if I can concentrate on myself. I'm a little bit too high. I'm working, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, no, that's too much. Like, let's like lay down. So I put the computer on the ground, and then I lay on my belly, for sleeping. Off to the races. Sleepy time. I don't have insomnia at all. I was trying to do the bicycling this summer, and I didn't get 1 millisecond of sleep during nighttime the whole summer. And I was really trying to do that because I was trying to ride my bike, and it's better to ride it day than at night. And then I gave up, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's just ride at night. And so even though I don't have any money, I got my ass way, way in debt. Now I'm crazy in debt. I need to make money with my website. I'm going to go to my mom's house today, and I'm going to put up a PayPal on my website. I've had some donations before on PayPal, but then the PayPal expired, and I never put it back up. I've got ads on my website again. I put some code they wanted you to put, but I'm allergic to making money in any way whatsoever. I seriously doubt those ad money's going to come through. They demonetize me on Google. So I'm going to get on AdThrive, but I need more hits on my site. In order to get more hits, I need to clean it up and finish things, and that's just opening up a can of worms due to the way that I work. It grows all at the same time, so that's another year. So as long as I can stay afloat financially, another year. I need my roommate to stay in the house, and he's thinking of buying a house. If I stay in my room and just eat, my mom's been feeding me, so that's cool, saves money. I need to get off the energy drinks. Those are like $1.60. Anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about before. So, even though I didn't have any money, I invested a bunch of money in night gear. I had a light, Garmin, which connects to my Garmin 1030 computer, but it only goes for like 6 hours. That doesn't take you through the night. And I had it once, and I did Flagstaff, and that like barely lasted me. Oh no, I stopped. It lasted me, but it was going to die anyway. And then I stopped anyway because my derailleur wasn't working. But I bought another light. I had 2 lights, and then I set them up for my time trial bike. It's a really cool setup. I'll show later. I can have 2 Garmin lights on there, so it'll take me all the way through the night with really good light. But those are $100, and then I blew money on other things too, like a night visor for my Aero helmet. And I got arrow gloves and got my ass way in debt. But then my mom, before I even had a chance to do a single night ride, my mom goes, "No, never. Danger, danger." And so I was like, all right, yeah, I guess I won't do anything at night until I at least have health insurance. I don't have any health insurance. So, because I think I may make a little bit too much money for Medicaid, but not enough to be able to pay a monthly premium, at least now with my credit card bills. So, yeah, that was probably a good idea. I decided that's when I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'll just go back in my house. The coronavirus kind of fucked my money. Anyway, so I had insomnia from hell last summer. I wasn't sleeping, couldn't sleep, but working on my website like this, I don't even know what insomnia is. Insomnia who? There ain't no such thing as insomnia. Sleeping, I fall right asleep. Because you work until you sleep. So, and theoretically, obviously, you can do that with your bicycle riding too. You just have to start out with health insurance so that you can start your rides out at nighttime. Yeah, man, you could crash into animals. Like, I did this ride, Flagstaff, and it was going to be in the night, and I saw a fox, so I stopped next to the fox to film it, and I thought I was filming it, but I wasn't. Fucking idiot. I was like, I'm filming, this is awesome, and I'm looking at the fox through my screen, fucking not in real life, right in front of me. And then a little bear cub by himself walks right behind the fox in front of a car and over the hill, struggling over the little guardrail. And I'm like, oh my God, animals everywhere. Then I saw another fox, and then I saw like a deer. And anyway, later on in that very night, this skunk runs in front of me, and I almost ran over him. He's like literally running right in front of me. And I'm like, shit. So luckily I was only going like walking pace up the hill. But, so yeah, you could crash into an animal and crash or whatever. So you need insurance. And I saw a bunch of dead raccoons when I did my Ironman bike course this summer. It was actually the very next day. It was like 6 dead raccoons in like freaking a mile or something of this stretch in this field. Anyway, yeah, and then I wake up. So yesterday, but I am doing tedious work because yesterday the only thing that I did yesterday was, I started out the day, I was working a little bit, and then I went over to my mom's and for at least 2 hours, maybe longer. I should have timed myself. In fact, I was talking to Kirsten yesterday. I want to get an app on my phone that tells you where you were in the day so that when I do my daily vlogs, I can look at the app and I can be like, yeah, I was at my mom for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I know exactly how long I was there. I want to know that stuff, get in the habit of tracking that kind of stuff. And then putting it up on my website, like my blog page and stuff. So, but yeah, because yesterday I was talking to my mother about my website. And so I read her my front page on my website over the phone day before yesterday. And got all the ideas of the stuff that I want to do and with it, and then I remembered again that I never actually finished it at the very end. And then I showed her my Google Earth projects, the stuff that I was working on recently. Brought my computer over there, and then my website and she was happy about that. So then I came back and worked, and so the only thing that I did on my website yesterday was adding the floors to the New York skyscrapers on the Exceed 4000 building all day long. And so I figured that was a good time because it's just super like mind-numbing work. It would be a great time to listen to books on YouTube and YouTube lectures and stuff. So I was trying to do this, talking about quantum mechanics. I'm trying to figure out quantum mechanics. And not doing a very good job. You need to really focus on that. So then I was listening to this brain book. Just random stuff I can't even really remember right now because I was smoking a lot of weed. I'm smoking a lot of weed, not really getting high, running out of weed pretty soon. So I'm going to have to sober up so I don't spend money on weed. Because I spend money at the beginning of every month. My roommate gives me utility money, and I use that. It's in cash, so I use that cash to buy the weed, because you have to buy weed in cash for the cheaper price. So, and then when that runs out, if I have my money to spend, I have to just sober up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But so anyways, but I can't do this super tedious stuff I'm sober. This is crazy. Like, I can do the more brain taxing stuff, like writing is perfect sober. In fact, way better sober than stone. I remember back in the day, 10 years ago, 20 or 15 years ago, I was like, you couldn't write at all when you were high. Like, that'd really take you out. Now, it's like barely a difference between being high and being sober, but still, I would say better job writing high, sober than high, although it's not that big of a deal, because it's kind of like a foolproof way of writing the way that I do it. I explained it to my mom the other day. You just write, and then you just highlight, right click, text to speech. And if anything sounds funky, even if there's a misspelling, you can tell it from the pronunciation of the computer. So if anything, but you have to concentrate completely on it. So I just close my eyes and I just listen to every word, like it's this symphony, and if there's any wonky part, like whether I over-explained, under-explained, forgot to mention, misspelling, whatever, wrong word, anything, slightly off, boom, I end it right there. And then I just fix that one thing, and then I start from the beginning. And doing it that method takes forever. But it's a foolproof way. That's what I was doing with my front page. And I still didn't get done with it. Like, that's how time consuming it was. I think I was doing it for like a week. And then, obviously if I were to do it now, I'd be stuck on it for another week. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's easy. I mean, you can be high off your ass and do it, because all it contains of it is just listening to it and then fixing the wonky parts. You can be high and do that. You're better off, I guess. And you know what? I guess you're better off writing from the beginning when you're sober, but maybe not even that. It's pretty foolproof way. But anyway, but yeah, it's better sober. But I can't do this stuff. The mountains. I mean, adding the floors to the buildings. Like, this is the absolute most mind-numbing thing you could possibly think of. So I have to have my ass for that and just do whatever. Watch a movie. I watched Snowden, the movie, yesterday, and whatever it takes to get through it, because I need to get through it before I totally crack and then bounce and have to do something completely else on my website. I want to finish this building before I bounce. And after I get through these buildings, I can then, it'll be more interesting. It's kind of like going downhill on a bike ride. I can then do fill up space a lot faster with the slower buildings, and then get going on the building again, because, the main building, and because I'm really in my mind, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the waterfall around the Coliseum at the vortex of the Exceed 4000 is going to look like, and the road going up, just everything. I mean, like, you could describe what your idea for a building looks like until you're blue in the face, but it's not the same until as writing an actual model of it with all of the different tours. Like, I was showing Atlantis to my mom the other day, and I have these I call them perches, like a bird's perch. It's the movie tool on Google Earth. I use it for perches or movies. If you want to use it as a perch, you just hit record, and then you just hit stop right away. So you just hit the button, and it takes you there. And so in the field of view, I put the little 2-meter tall person on top of the observation deck of the Empire State Building. And so that's how I think I'm going to do it now. But anyways, I was showing that to my mom, all the different perches at Atlantis, and it was the perfect way, because it was already built. And I'm like, hey, look at this. Oh, wow, look at that. And that's that, look at that. And then the movies, I'm like, that's that. And she was just riveted. And so to do the same thing with the Exceed 4000 is just going to be, amazing. I don't think I'm going to upload the video to YouTube anytime soon, because that requires a production. Because a project like that deserves production value, but that's another week, and I just don't have that. I mean, in 1 week, I could do so much and on other parts of my website. So I just, I'll save that for later. And that's a moneymaker right there. Make those videos. Why not just pop those videos all out in a sequence, get people on a roll, and make money, on YouTube. I'm not demonetized on YouTube on my main channel. I am on this channel because it's a children's channel. You can't make money on children's channel. And somehow I'm demonetized on my website, even though I've done everything right. So I just have to get up to the hits for AdThrive, and then give a big old finger to Google. Google them fucking up, man. Google turn off my comments on my YouTube, but they don't have they don't have they have one of their big ass campuses is like 2 blocks from my house. That's why the Freedom Van. You just park the Freedom Van next to the building and you crush them like bugs. Anyways, enough talking. I'm going to get going on pasting and stuff. Probably smoke some more weed, and listen to music, anything to kill the time to get on this. I counted last night before I did maybe another 5 or 10 buildings, and I had 74 to go at 143 originals. So that's the ones. So I was like, all right, at least I'm half of them completely, because I was adding floors while I was building the buildings. Oh, and there's actually even one building I have to add the heights to. I didn't finish it. There's 143. There's enough for you. There's stuff just kind of get sneak by, but you miss things. But hopefully they're all good. I think the Empire State Building may be too big, because when I looked at it, I superimposed on the model on the SketchUp Google Earth model, it was bigger. And I built that one a long time ago based on, like, I guess I was Google Earthing or Googling like how high the different decks were, and maybe they were wrong. So somebody's wrong. So I'm gonna have to find out. I think I'm wrong. I think Google Earth is right, because it looked a little bit too big compared to the other buildings. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully by the end of today, I'll be done with these skyscrapers in New York, and the Exceed 4000, so that I can finally go back to the actual Exceed 4000 building, because I'm not even done building the structure on it. The frame, I didn't build it, make it the thickness of it yet and stuff. So anyways, enough talking. Talk to you tomorrow.